On the evening of January 26, 2023, 19-year-old Alexee Trevizo attended the Artesia General Hospital in Artesia, New Mexico, after she had complained of extreme back pain. Upon arriving, she was met with medical staff who ran her through some basic checks because they wanted to see if they could get down to the cause of her problem. According to medical professionals, women who normally acquire back pain out of nowhere are suffering with a UTI, but there are some other common issues that aren't necessarily thought to be that serious, which is why basic checks can identify the cause of the issue. However, that wasn't the case for the teen. You see, when these checks were being taken, the doctor noticed that Alexee's heart rate was high, so much in fact that she wanted her to undertake more in-depth checks. It seemed then that this back pain was more serious than first thought. We won't go in depth about these tests, but one that's relevant to the story would be that of a pregnancy test. Yes, this pregnancy test came back positive, and it seemed as if that's where Alexee's random back pain had came from. But how could that be? After all, Alexee had told hospital staff that she wasn't sexually active and that she had been on her period at that specific moment in time. Maybe, just maybe then, the test could have been false, or she had a false pregnancy, which for those of you who aren't aware is when a woman starts to gain symptoms of a pregnancy, such as a growing abdomen, but they aren't actually pregnant. Shortly after she was told that she might be pregnant, Alexee asked if it was okay to use the bathroom for just a moment, and of course the request was granted. After all, you can't deny someone the right to use the restroom. No one thought it was any cause for concern. However, ladies and gentlemen, it was. Alexee had spent nearly 40 minutes in the restroom. Her mother approached the door twice to make sure everything was okay, and it was only when medical staff threatened to open the door with a key that she finally re-emerged. Upon exiting the restroom, hospital staff were greeted with a bloodbath. Blood on the walls, blood on the floor. It was everywhere. But there were no signs of a baby. Yet. A cleaner was called to the restroom. She began cleaning away, getting on with work, and then she got to the trash can. After taking the bag out, she thought that it felt a little bit heavier than usual. Remember, these are restrooms at a hospital. There's going to be tissue and maybe some surgical gloves. So the cleaner called a nurse over to get his opinion on the matter. Without hesitation, he grabbed the bag, took a look inside, and could see nothing. But he felt something was off, so he took the trash bag into an examination room to take a closer look. Upon looking inside, a baby was located, wrapped up in a separate trash bag. The police were called.
Back pain. So we started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was denying that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood and shit everywhere. She was cleaning it up. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing a vaginal exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it.
Okay.
So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
Yeah. How old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. Was what happened, and then whatever she did, I don't know. She's gonna lie. She wouldn't even tell us she's pregnant. She's been lying the whole time.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. I just pulled the doctor out of the room, so nothing's been said to the patient or the mother that's in there yet.
Okay.
I have Leela, the housekeeper, if you want to interview her.
Yeah,
She's the one that kind of found under
Yeah,
the
because I
trash.
wanted to get with you guys first and then get with her
Right.
to get her statement before I even did anything.
Well, I'm the charge, and this is what has happened.
Okay.
You can interview the nurse that had her,
Okay.
the two nurses that were taking care of her. You can talk to the tech, which is Lori. She's the one that went in there and actually found it, because Leela's like, this is really heavy.
Okay.
So then Lori went in there, and then of course the baby was underneath the clean liner.
Okay. Yeah. If we can speak with Lori, that
Okay,
way get
I'll
her
get
statement.
Lori,
Then
and
I'll
I'll
get
get
you.
Leela.
I'll get you checked
So,
out.
officer, so the first thing though is I need to make sure that the mother, the woman who delivered the baby, is medically stable. I don't know if she's delivered a placenta. She's bleeding a lot. I just got her accepted to Loveless.
Okay.
So I need to get her up there as soon as possible.
Okay, I'll get detectives over here right away.
Okay, so how, I need to tell her what's going on, and I need to tell the mother what's going, the mother, they're both in there together. Is one of you willing to be present for that conversation?
And I'll go in there.
Are you guys going?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
go in
for
right
sure.
now and do this.
While we're doing that, I'll
And
get
then
with
I'll make sure Leela comes down, all the other nurses and stuff are here, and I'll get Leela here.
Okay.
She's a little shook up.
Alright.
Hey, Maria, we get Leela back down there? Maria?
Hey, bro, you might need to get down here to the hospital pretty quick. So we had a girl, 19-year-old female, came in for back pain. They did a pregnancy test on her. She ended up going to the bathroom. And when she went to the bathroom, basically she had her baby, and she threw the baby in the trash. And when she threw the baby in the trash, well, the baby's dead now. When they found it earlier. But they need to get her shipped off to Loveless Medical Center. To the girl, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know if y'all want to get over here real quick. We haven't interviewed her or nothing yet, so we just barely talked to the charge nurse, and that's it. Yeah, they're gonna get her stable first, so they're gonna do some more workup. So they're probably gonna be like another maybe hour, if so, to get her stable and talk to her and do some other stuff or whatever. But like I said, I just barely talked to the charge nurse, and I was barely gonna talk to the lady that found the baby in the trash and everything like that too. Yep, you are. Yep, we just pulled up here. All right, bro. Thanks. Bye.
I know. The baby's gonna have to be taken for autopsy. There'll be an investigation for another thing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But we need to do this correctly. And I wanna be transparent with you about what our steps are going. Officer, do you guys need to talk to her before we get her transferred?
How long is it gonna be before you have to transfer
I
out?
don't know.
We gotta make calls.
Okay.
Marianne,
So-
you think 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I got detectives on the way, so
Okay.
they're gonna be talking to her.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
You guys have, I'm the charge nurse, do you guys have any questions for me?
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months? Nothing was crying. Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that, what they do to their babies and what they go to jail? Nothing was crying.
Any other questions?
Okay. So as of right now, like what I said is, we're gonna have the detectives come over here and they're gonna talk to you. Okay. We have to gather some more information about what's going on. They'll get your statement. They're gonna get the doctor's statements. They're gonna get everybody's statements. Okay. So I don't know everything yet. Okay. So I'm not gonna tell you. I can't tell you nothing, honestly. Okay. All I can
But
tell
she's
you is.
not gonna go to jail.
Right now she
No?
right now she's being detained, so she's not going to leave from here at all. Period. Okay, so one of us will
She's
be
in your custody? Like,
yeah, she's detained. Yeah, she's not under arrest, but she is detained. Okay, she's not free to leave. So while this whole thing is coming up, is you're not free to leave. Okay, one of us will be in here the whole time with you, because you're not going to try to leave or nothing like that.
she
All right.
won't.
Like I said, the detectives will be here. They're going to talk to you. I mean, your care is of the utmost right now, okay? They're going to do what they need to do to take care of you, to make sure you get stable. They get you transferred out or whatever. Like I said, the detectives are already been notified. They're already on the way. So they're going to come talk to you, all right? So don't leave. Don't try to do nothing. One of us is always going to be in here, in this room with you, okay? Unless we have to step out for doctor's orders or something like that, because they need to examine you or do something with you. But other than that, like I said, you are detained. You are not free to leave at this point. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Where was the baby at?
I don't know. I have no clue yet. Like I said, I just talked to the charge nurse. We're still getting all the information right now.
Okay.
Okay. Once we get that information, like I said, the detectives, they can clue you in on everything and talk to you more about it.
Okay.
All right. So. Let's see real quick. Do you happen to have an ID on you by chance?
Yes,
Did you
she
bring?
does.
Okay. Can we get that, please? Get all the information. Call it in to dispatch them. Not on your radio.
Okay.
Call it in on your phone. Tell them I have the record of call. So hang tight right here with her, okay? And I'll be back. Ma'am, could we get your ID also, please? Yes. So we can put you. You have everything calm? I'll get her, okay? Okay.
Yep, this one is me. Stay right there for just a second.
You got it, buddy? Okay.
Stay right there, room 4. So, Laura, this is Leela. She's the housekeeper. If you want
Okay.
to talk to her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know, so I had her come and clean
No,
it out.
you didn't.
No, you're
that's
fine.
okay.
No, you're
It's
fine.
okay.
So this is the one that happened then?
Yes.
Okay, is there any way I can get this? Where was the trash at? Where's the trash can at?
Yeah.
Okay, they still have everything in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
The baby's out on the bed.
Okay, that's fine. So what I need to do is I'm gonna go ahead and secure, I need to secure this, make sure nobody gets in here no more.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so the bathrooms is just.
yeah,
I'll order on there.
yeah, if you can, just put a sign on that, and then you said everything else is in here? Okay. Okay.
So, like I said, he was in the trash one, wrapped up with the paper towels underneath that. So I pulled that out of the way to get him out so we could check on him.
Right. Okay.
And then she's already cleaned in the bathroom some. So.
Yeah, that's what I say. We'll leave it the way it is,
Right.
and then, but like this too, could we go ahead? I'm gonna have to secure this room
That's
also,
fine. That's
since you
fine.
pulled everything in here. So was the baby wrapped in the plastic as well?
Yeah, it was in the trash. See, we pulled it apart
Okay.
to get to the baby because we had to check on it.
Right.
So she put it in the trash, and then it was wrapped up, and it was in the bottom with this brand new plastic trash bag over it.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I just want to see if it was actually if the baby was in the bag
Yes,
itself.
the baby was in the trash bag.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
put it right in the. See, you can see all that stuff is from the trash. It was in the ER,
Right.
and she put him in there, and then she put a new one over the top where you couldn't see it.
Okay.
And the only reason we found them is because when she went to pull the trash, she goes, "This is awful heavy."
Kind of heavy.
And then Lori went and looked, and she goes, "Holy shit!" And then she came and got me,
Okay.
and I got the doctor. We brought the baby in here. Of course, he's dead.
Right. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, y'all can secure this one off too.
So I have it all closed up there, and I'll put a note on there, and we'll
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. That way nobody else
put
comes in
those
here.
on
No.
this door and that door.
Yeah, just
Then I'll-
nobody else to come in this one and that one either.
Outside door.
So. Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry. Okay, so I'm not gonna ask you a lot of questions, okay? The detectives are gonna come, and they're gonna be the ones to ask you a lot more questions than I am, okay?
Okay.
So what the basic thing is, how did you get notified to come over here to check it out, or?
Lori called me to come clean the bathroom because it was all full of blood.
Okay,
So that's what I was doing, and the last thing I was going to do was throw the trash. And when I picked up the trash, I thought it was heavy. And so I started looking in there, and on the very bottom, she had it covered with some toilet paper. And that's when I called Lori and told her to come and look.
Okay. So did you look inside of it at all or anything like that?
Yeah, I looked inside of it, and there's where I seen something, on the very bottom of the toilet paper that covered it up
Okay.
in a plastic bag.
Okay. When you looked at it, did you see that it was a baby, or what did you think? You knew already? Okay. All right. Like I said, I don't want to ask you too many questions because detectives are going to ask you a lot more than I am. Okay. So I don't want you to have to repeat yourself or.
Yeah, it was about like that.
Okay. All right. Do you have your ID on you by chance?
Yeah, I can go get it.
Okay.
It's my
Yeah.
locker.
Okay. Yeah, you could. And then, like I said, once detectives get here, do you still have stuff that you need to do around here right now?
No, I'm done. I'm okay for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, because if you need to run around still do stuff, it's fine. Just stick around. That way, when
Yeah.
they need you, we can
She
call you.
normally
and you can
doesn't
come
leave
back.
till 5, right?
Yeah, I don't leave till 5.
Okay, sounds good. If you want to just bring me your ID, that way I have it.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. Okay.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
I know it's kind of traumatic. So
Yeah, it just bothered me at first.
yeah,
And it still bothered me.
yeah. No, I understand. Trust
I
me.
wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Dawn's coming out, so this is the housekeeper lady right here, okay? She got called at 0201 to clean, so that's when they found the blood and everything inside the floor. She's the one that actually, at the very end, she picked up the trash can and said, "It's heavy." And then she put it down and she looked in there and she like
There's nothing in there.
well, no, she saw the baby was in there.
Yeah.
So that's when she called,
Am I good to go back in? No.
that's when she called this one. And this is the nurse right here.
Okay.
Called her, and she's actually one that opened the bag for the baby because the way the baby was wrapped up, the baby was really wrapped up in the bag.
Okay.
And she kind of like twisted the bag and then wrapped the baby in the bag. So basically, the baby suffocated in the bag. Like, great.
Where's it at right now?
It's in that trauma room. I already got the bathroom. I already got it secure, and then I got the trauma room secure, so no one's going in there no more. So, and the actual bag is in. Everything is in there. Yeah, so that one. So remember, whenever we were coming out or we were here, and the lady came, the mom came out and said, "Hey, she needs to go to the bathroom." That's whenever she went to the bathroom, and she was in there for about 20 minutes. After 10 minutes, they went to check on her. Hey, are you okay? Are you okay? She refused to come out. And then finally, whenever they told her, hey, we're gonna open the door, she opened the door, and that's when she was trying to clean all the blood and everything up because that's what happened. So
So what did they initially come in for? Just stomach pain?
back pain. Yeah.
You gotta know if she wants me in there right now.
Well, as long as we don't have to be in there, as long as because she can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So as long as she's we're here, that way she doesn't try to leave or anything like that. So now that the mom is gone, the mom's staying out.
Okay.
So once the mom tries to come back, it's like, no more. You're staying out. So I didn't even know she left. Where'd the mom go?
She said she's gonna call her husband.
Okay, well, from now on, she's not coming in no more. If she would have stayed here, she would have stayed in there. No problem, but not anymore. She's not coming back in.
That'd be a fun conversation. That'd be a fun conversation with her. Mom.
Oh, no, she's not coming in. So,
Yeah.
you have all the information, right, Alexee?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and let me have it so I can put it all on this sheet right here too.
It's like, it's in CAT. I don't have like her ID or anything.
Okay.
Mom has like everything, so.
Okay. Well, always whenever you write it down yourself.
Okay.
And have everything too, because if they don't put it in there, you're screwed.
Okay.
Because even though they say that they're going to do it, sometimes they don't do it.
Okay.
So always write down your information that you need and have it, and also that way they have it too.
Okay.
But like I said, because sometimes if they don't put it in there, then you don't have it written down. You're like, oh shit.
Okay.
So
And so like situation like this, what I typically do, just keep the ID until we
Yeah.
like release them.
yep, yep. Because detectives and them are going to need it too.
Okay.
So, but like I said, that way too, if dispatch doesn't put it in there and they can't look it up on the system,
We actually
would
can't.
have, no, she's not coming in no more. I'll explain it to her. Hey, Alexee. I know it's kind of tough right now. Okay, I know you're scared. I know everything else. Okay. As of right now, I cannot allow your mom to be in here with you. Okay. So once the detectives get here, then she may be able to come back in here. But as of right now, I can't allow her to be back in here. Okay. If you need something, we're not going to stay in here. Okay. Because I think it makes it worse that we're here anyways. All right. Obviously, and I know you're scared. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay on the outside of the door. Okay. As long as you promise me you're not going to hurt yourself. Okay. Like I said, this is a lot. I know it is. Okay. You're young. You know, I don't want to be in here kind of adding to your anxiety and everything else. Okay. If you need something, just push that button. Okay. And then they'll come in here. They're on the way. Okay. Okay. So as soon as they get here, they're gonna talk to you. I mean, the reason why
Mom be allowed in here.
your mom, well, not yet. I can't allow her to come back in here yet.
But when they get here.
Yeah, once they get here, then it's up to the detectives, and then you could ask them if she can come back here. If they're okay with her coming back here, then she can come back here. Okay. The reason why is because you're an adult. You're 19 years old. Okay. If you were a juvenile, I would gladly have her back in here. Okay. But being you're an adult, I can't have her. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, if you have any questions, like say push that, or, yeah.
One more form. This is for the flight crew is going to transfer you to that facility, so just sign the date. And today's the 27th. Thank you so much. Okay. There you go. They'll be here for another 30 minutes.
Come on.
They're going to transfer her in 30 minutes.
Okay, I'll let them know. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're gonna be out there. If you need something, let us know, okay? Alright. Sorry, I'll get out of your
No,
way.
you're good.
We're just gonna be right out here, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to ask.
Okay.
Hi, Rosa?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Is this your family?
Yes.
Okay, hi, I'm Detective Gonzalez, Artesia Police Department. What questions do you have for me right now?
What's gonna go on? Like, what, can I be with her?
She's getting life flighted out right now.
Okay,
So they're taking her right now.
okay,
I haven't spoke to her at all.
okay, so like what's gonna go on? Like, what's gonna happen with her? Like,
So she's gonna get treatment before we even talk to her because she needs to be stabilized. So that's why she's getting life flighted out.
okay,
Once she gets stabilized, we'll try and talk to her. The baby's gonna go up north for autopsy. More likely it'll be done within the next day.
is she gonna get detained after, like, she's released? How,
Get what?
like, are y'all gonna take her into custody or anything like that? Like,
That depends
what?
on what the DA finds. We have to wait for the autopsy to come back to see what happened. Because right now with how everything happened, we're going to do an investigation, get more information from the OMI, Office of Medical Investigator up north. And with that, we present that to the DA, see what the DA wants to do with charges, if any at all.
Okay. Okay. So they already took her out.
No, she's getting life flight. She's right now being set up to go to the...
Time, what happens
What do you mean?
before the DA makes a decision or that?
It should be pretty soon they make a decision. Because with the age of the decedent, they usually expedite autopsy reports and such. With normal people that pass naturally at home, takes a couple months for us to get reports back. Stuff like this, we'll get it back pretty soon.
Okay.
So
Still more, they don't know.
They
we
don't know
don't,
yet.
we don't know. That's why
That's why
he'll
we
be going up
did
north.
autopsy.
Has y'all's information been taken yet? I'll be in touch with you to try and set up an interview with her.
Okay.
Would y'all mind talking to me later when y'all are okay?
Yeah, I was with her. I know she talked to him for a while on the phone, and then she came to me, so I've been with her the rest of the time.
Today? Oh, so what did she come here for that she told you?
She told me she had back pain.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Has she been having back pain before?
Yeah, she's pain for her and her hips is no. I mean, she was born with like her. I don't know. It's like crooked.
Her spine?
Okay, because my ex-husband, he hit me. He beat me whenever I was pregnant with her. So she was early. So she had some problems with her hips. Like I always had to take her to the chiropractor to get adjusted because she couldn't use, like, she was always getting constipated. Like she had to get lined up, whatever. So, I mean, I've been taking her to chiropractor because I always thought, well, this time, I didn't know. I honestly didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know. I just thought, like she said, I had back pain more. My hips are hurting me. I think I need to go to the chiropractor. I said, okay, let's go tomorrow. But she was like in really a lot of pain, and
When did it start?
Like the pain?
Yes.
Yesterday she said it was really bad, that her hips were hurting and her back. And then last night we're on the phone together and she said her hips were hurting bad. I asked her if anything else was hurting, and she said just everything. And she went to sleep.
But she's a cheerleader too, so she's big in cheers. They have cheer competition. She works out. I mean.
And she's been active this whole
yeah,
time?
she's been active this whole time
And who does she live with?
with me.
So
Her parents are with us.
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause she's in school. She's a senior. So,
And how long have y'all been together?
Almost 2 years.
2 years? Okay. So, not trying to be rude, but you are more than likely would be the father? Okay.
yes.
It's,
no, we get it. We get
sometimes
it.
it happens. Like I said, she'll be leaving. We'll stay here with Destina and go from there, okay?
Okay.
So once she gets to Loveless, it's up to Loveless if they'll let you back there.
Okay.
Because she is of age, so with COVID and how everything goes, it just depends, okay?
Okay.
So if before you make the drive, I'd call, see if that's available,
Okay.
and just let them know what's going on, and we'll just let your family and that if it's possible.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
We'll be here if you need anything. Yeah, well, I'll be over there, and I'll
Okay.
just be waiting, all right?
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, folks.
If you're like me, and you're interested in true crime, then you'll know that sometimes when you try to look into a case, you're met with your worst enemy, a region lock. Honestly, you don't understand the amount of times I've failed to find a specific piece of information that's behind a region lock elsewhere on the internet. Well, it's time to look no further because our friends at ExpressVPN, who are sponsoring today's video, are here to save the day. With just one click of a button, you can go from being in your bedroom to anywhere around the world. And you know what that means. Yep, you guessed it, you're not region locked anymore. And if you want those finer details about a case just like I do, then ExpressVPN is your go-to. On the topic of regions, ExpressVPN hasn't only just helped with my research into true crime cases, but also on Netflix. I was trying to watch season 6 of Rick and Morty, but it wasn't available on the UK version of Netflix. But when I used ExpressVPN to change my location to Australia, it appeared. And so I enjoyed season 6. It doesn't just work for Rick and Morty though, there's thousands of other shows that you can find using the same method via ExpressVPN. So if you want all of these benefits plus more, make sure you head over to expressvpn.com/huncho where you can grab yourself an extra 3 months for free when you purchase a 12-month plan. Thanks again to ExpressVPN for the sponsor. Let's get back to the video. An investigation was opened into the incident. There were many factors to take into account, one of them being, was the baby alive when it was born? Because if it was, police were potentially investigating a murder. Baby John Doe was a newborn baby boy who died shortly after birth. Autopsy and post-mortem computed tomography showed an infant male without any anatomic abnormalities or obvious physical injuries. The lungs were aerated and there was air in the stomach, and no changes of decomposition. The connections in the heart that allow proper blood flow in utero were still open, which is not unusual in a newborn. The adrenal glands showed microscopic hemorrhage, which can be seen in hypoxia. Lack of air. The air in the lungs and stomach and no evidence of decomposition is consistent with the baby having been born alive. Based on length, weight, and organ size, he was approximately 38 weeks, gestational age, which is term incompatible with life outside the uterus. Entrapment occurs when an individual is in an airtight or relatively airtight container, in this case a tied plastic trash bag, and consumes all of the available oxygen until there is no longer enough oxygen to sustain life. So there you have it. Alexee's back pain had actually came from her being in labour, which is why she was able to give birth. According to the post-mortem examination, the young boy was alive, but had sadly been killed as the result of allegedly being put in the trash bag. He had suffered from asphyxia. On the 10th of May, 2023, officials charged Alexee with murder in the first degree, or alternatively, the intentional abuse of a child, which resulted in their death. She was also charged with tampering with evidence.
Yeah, let them know you're with us too. Yeah, lots of damage. I thought you weren't supposed to do that. I think it's like 2. I want to knock on front. Alexee. Yeah, I think they went out of town.
I'll bring her out. Just tell me what's going on.
She's up for arrest.
Okay.
I will give it to her whenever.
Can I see her?
She can see the warrant when she gets arrested.
This is my house. I
Right.
have a right to see the warrant.
I'm letting you know she has a warrant for her arrest. We don't have a search warrant for your house. We have a warrant for her arrest.
Okay, can we see the warrant?
Yeah, once we,
She gets a copy of it.
Can I go up there when you take her up there?
You can go to the detention. Do you know where it is?
Everything?
It's
Okay,
for-
so what is she under arrest for?
She's over 18. She's got to talk to her.
I understand that,
Right.
Detective Gonzalez.
Right.
What is she under arrest for?
She has a warrant for arrest. Okay.
For what?
That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
she's over the age of 18.
I understand that, but I have a right to know as well.
And we'll tell you that, but we
Okay,
we
then
need
let
the
me know
cooperation.
now.
We need the cooperation.
Let me know now. I'm giving you the cooperation. I told you answer my question.
Well,
What is she under arrest for?
like I said, she's over the age of 18. Like, that we can't really put that information, but if you bring her out here, we'll tell you.
What is she under
If
arrest
you bring her out here,
for?
we'll tell you right now.
No, I'm not bringing her out here yet. Let me know what she's under
She's
arrest
gonna
for.
get arrested regardless, ma'am. I mean, I don't know why.
For what? For what? For what?
Are you okay with telling me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell me.
Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence
Yes.
at the hospital?
Yes.
So, can we see her now?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
I have a right to see a warrant. It doesn't matter if she's over the age of 18. This is my house. You have a right. You have to show me that warrant.
If we are searching her house,
Even if she's under arrest, you have to show me the
it's
warrant.
up to her to show us.
Sarah, this is Rodriguez. Trevizo. Hey, I have the detectives here. They want to arrest my daughter. me a warrant for her arrest? Okay, thank you so much.
You good?
I really want to close it.
When we get to over there, I'll give you a copy. She gets her copy. And then it's up to her.
Can I see the warrant?
It's an arrest warrant for her. It's
Okay,
not a
can I
search
see
warrant
the
for your
arrest warrant?
house.
I want to see the arrest warrant.
And what will that prove?
You bet when this is over, I'm coming for the police department and the hospital.
Yes.
I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Gary, this is Bertha. Gary? The detectives out here wanting to arrest them. They say they have a warrant. But he hasn't shown you yet. He hasn't shown you anything. No, no, sir. Okay. So I guess do I do it? Okay.
We could arrest mom for obstruction.
You know, we'll go there.
Trying to
You're
do one.
protected there.
They said it's local placement, homicide, and tampering with evidence.
You see her?
Okay.
Would it?
Okay.
Probably just nosy neighbor.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she's here. She's here right now. Yeah.
Or not. Might not be a nosy neighbor.
Guess I could do a better part of the job.
Could you please not report all of us?
That is his policy.
I will give it to you. Please don't. Please don't.
She ran away from 1002 West
Yeah,
Washington.
man, it's nothing personal. It really isn't. And we understand. But we have to do our jobs too. Okay?
I
Who is
understand
this-
that.
who's
I
this
understand
person?
that.
Who's this?
53 and highs, 135
That's Melanie. That's Devin's mom. She's good. She's okay.
We're not going to be rough with her or anything. We're just going to take her over there and book her.
Please don't be rough with her, please.
Just bring her out. You can be with her the entire time. Okay?
Do you know where the public safety complex is? 3300 West Main?
You can follow us over there. I will take you there. You can follow me over there.
As soon as I release the criminal complaint to her, she can then give it to you there, okay?
When can I get, like, her bond? What?
That's set up by the judge. It's Magistrate Judge Chuck
When-
Foster. He should be doing it. If it's after 3, he'll be doing it in the morning. Go on the back? Alright.
So you have the original?
I have the original and a copy.
A copy. So you want to give me the copy, and I'll make you a copy?
Works for me.
Because you need it. We need the. Well, I gotta sign off on the original.
Well, I'll just.
How about we just meet at the
Well, yeah, the original plan, sir.
Yeah, we'll just meet at.
write down whatever you need.
Just
We just
no
need her out
flammables, no flammables or sharp objects.
Yeah.
Oh, another one.
I really didn't park in the best spot.
Writing down for her lawyer for when she gets over there. Artesia is very small.
Who are these people?
No idea.
Central 7077, 14 unit check.
We're 10 for.
Copy.
Oh, is that the boyfriend?
I don't know what he drives. I've only ever called him.
That's my other daughter.
Oh, okay.
That's my daughter.
Yeah, some lucky loose, nothing important.
Central to 730. Roll for 730. 611 South First Street, the hospital auxiliary shop. We had an RP call in that the building was open, yet no workers. When I was on the phone with her, someone did come in claiming to be a worker. 611 South First.
You're arresting Alexee.
1040, show me
You're
around.
arresting Alexee. You're here at home. Bye.
What can you see in there?
I can see them keep going in and out of her room.
Oh, okay. Nothing weird though?
No. What's mom's name?
Oh, Rosa.
Rosa? Nothing sharp. Okay.
No one saw her enter the house. No one saw her enter the house today.
We haven't even seen her yet.
Exactly.
Hi. What's your name?
Alexee.
Okay. What's the last 4 of your social?
She don't even know it.
You don't know
It's
it?
like, I don't know. I don't remember.
Alexia, do you know your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it?
11:25:03.
Yeah.
Do you have to walk her all the way over there? Can you bring your car up here? Please.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
That's all. Just please.
I'll go get it.
Alexia, are you okay with your mom getting your trouble complaint when we get to the detention center? It has your personal information
Can you
on it.
repeat that?
Are you okay with your mother getting the criminal complaint? It has your personal identifying information on it. Serial number, date of birth.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. I have to serve you first, then your mom can get it, okay?
Okay.
I do. He's gonna move his unit around. No medications, anything you need to take while you're in there?
No, sir.
No.
Okay.
She has still been like bleeding, so I don't know if she needs.
Do you have any, I don't know if they have tampons.
They do have family products.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure if you take your own, you can use your own if you need it.
Can she? Do you want to grab some? Can she grab some of that right quick? Or?
Yes.
Do you mind if
Get your little bag.
one of us goes with you?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just making sure you're doing,
Just grab it a little.
okay. And just nothing sharp, no flammables, nothing sharp, okay? Okay, they're gonna check it when you get over there, okay?
Okay.
Confirmed that address is 611 North 1st Street. 611 North 1st.
Okay, we'll check those when you, same thing, okay? They're gonna check all that when you get over there, okay? Thank you.
I'm going up there right now too. Okay.
All right. What's in there?
Personal pads.
Just
Personal pads?
Yeah, she needs them.
Follow me.
3300 West Main Street, the Public Safety Complex. If you just go through the front door, you know where we first spoke in the records?
Yeah.
If you just go over there. Is there any four?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll meet her in the front.
Okay. I'll get with him and do all stuff, go to dispatch.
Okay. I'll meet you in the front, okay?
We're Tampa. I'll be headed your way shortly.
Relay the rest.
I'll be headed your way for the relay shortly. Yeah, I was gonna go station. He signs the original, then I'll relay, send it back.
Make sure you send a copy to the readout so they can.
No, that's what I'm gonna relay it.
You can send them a copy.
19.
Send them a copy, email them.
Okay.
They just need to enter it on their end.
Oh, okay.
And then the original can go back.
I'll just go straight there. I didn't bring my phone with me. What time is it? 4:02. They'll be no, 4:45. I'll have time to get it back to. Oh. Just my radio's a little off. That'll give us enough time to get it back to the magistrate court.
And then drop in the bottom.
Yeah. Trying to get it there so that way there's no error on it.
I'll meet there in the front.
Okay. I'll be in the back.
In June of 2023, Alexee would appear before a judge. She denied the charges that were placed against her. A pre-trial date was set for September 11th, 2023, with a jury trial given the go-ahead for October 2nd, 2023. After this court hearing, the judge allowed Alexee to be released on $100,000 bond. She hasn't been placed under house arrest, nor does she have to wear an ankle monitor. Her release does have these restrictions though: a curfew for an undisclosed time, to attend school and graduate, and to attend counselling.
That name is stuck in my head. Hello. Hello. Good. How you doing? Not too bad.
Not bad.
Doing all right?
Yeah, good.
Haven't seen you in a while. That's a good thing, right?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. You never know what it is.
Can get you to take the mask off. You're not in trouble.
I know that.
I know, but it's just something we gotta say. So. Alright.
You all right?
We were talking about some other things.
Oh, okay.
So it has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
I had some problems with some people on the floor, so.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. There's always
It's always that way.
something.
It's always that way.
There's
Yep.
always something.
Part of being human, right?
And that's part of being in the hospital.
There's that. So, Mr. Halliday,
Yes, sir.
can you just from
Tell us your name.
My name is, I go by HT, but my name is Hilliard Truman Halliday. I'm a licensed RN in the state of Oregon and a multi-state compact license throughout the United States.
And how long you been an RN?
10 years.
10 years. And you live here in Artesia?
I live in Hagerman.
You live in Hagerman?
Mhm.
Okay.
I've worked here, I've worked in Ruidoso, I've worked in Tucson at Northwest Medical Center, Oro Valley. They also have a standalone marina, standalone ER, and I also work at Bay City Area Hospital in Coos Bay, Oregon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
so you've traveled?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I know you already told me before, but can you just from the beginning of your contact with either the mother or the child, can you tell us from the beginning to the end everything that you have had that you witnessed?
Well, I was the charge nurse in
Okay.
the ER that night. The
And
patient-
what is the charge nurse?
Charge nurse is responsible for the overall running of everything that goes on. Any problems or any issues or anything that needs to be dealt with as far as well, just about anything, you take care of that.
Okay.
Okay, you're in charge of the whole
ER.
work center. Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing triage that night, and so we have three positions. We have 3 nurses, 3 positions. You have a triage nurse, and then we have 2 other nurses that take different rooms. Usually it's 1, 3, and 5, or 2, 4, and trauma 2. And then trauma 1 is one of those rooms where it usually we don't have anything in there unless it's bad, and everybody kind of just is in there. So I was doing triage, and I was a charge nurse. It was a regular night. I remember she came in with back pain, and they had put her in. They were going to treat her in triage 1 with some regular medications for back pain. But after the doctor examined her, she was a little concerned, I think, because of her heart rate and some other things. So she wanted to move her into a room and do a more extensive workup, which is what they did. At that point, I don't really know anything because she's taken out, she's not really my patient.
Okay.
So I know that Chris had her. I know that he came to me and said there was some issues because they had ran a pregnancy test on her and they found out that she was pregnant. And she was adamant, the mother was in the room with her and was adamant and denying to.
Did you see that? Or did it was?
No, Chris came to me and told me this was what was going on in the room because we were having an issue.
Okay.
And he was worried about the mother, the dynamics between the mother and the daughter because the daughter was completely denying she was pregnant and the mother was relatively upset about that she was pregnant.
Okay.
So
and you're talking about Chris Sanchez.
Chris
the other-
Sanchez,
the other
yeah,
argument.
yeah.
Okay.
And so I told him, well, as long as she behaves, okay, if it's gonna make her, and he goes, yeah, she's okay, I think it's gonna be fine. So that's the last I heard of it. The next interaction I had was I had the tech, which was Lori Aragon, come and tell me, HT, you need to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. There was quite a bit of blood in there. So this was after she came out. She went to the bathroom, was in there for a long time. And Chris was telling me, she won't come out. So I told him, you need to get the key because the bathroom's locked. And so he told her he was going to get the key, and so she came out. But there was some blood in there. So I went to Dr. Vakas and told her, I was worried that she did something to herself physically in the bathroom. The way she reacted being pregnant and the things that I was being told.
How much blood was in the bathroom?
It was smeared around, so it's hard to tell exactly how much. But it was enough to cause me to have concern.
Okay.
I really thought she had done something physically to herself when she found out she was pregnant.
Question: when did she find out she was pregnant?
It was pretty early on because we did the urine first off. Any female that comes in with back pain, we do a urine right away because we're worried about a urinary tract infection. And with any female, when we do that, we always do a pregnancy test to make sure we don't give them medications that would contraindicate pregnancy.
Do you know who told her she was pregnant?
I believe Dr. Vasquez did.
Okay.
I believe. I don't know because I wasn't in the room for that because I wasn't involved with direct care.
Okay.
But I knew she knew fairly soon because we already were having an issue with the mother being upset about her being pregnant.
Prior to going to the bathroom?
Way prior. Way prior. Because then they'd started an IV and then they started running blood work on her because once you find out someone's pregnant, then you run another lab test to see how far along they are.
Okay.
So they started an IV and we're giving her some fluids. I guess I don't know exactly what they were doing. I wasn't involved with that kind of care. But I told Dr. Vasquez she definitely needs a vaginal exam. I'm concerned that she did something to herself. That was my concern. And they took her right into the room. And then I told Lori, call housekeeping. They got to come clean this up. Which time she called Leela, who was on call for housekeeping. Then I was just sitting there, and then the next thing Lori comes and goes, HT, oh my God, you better come to the bathroom. And I go in the bathroom, and she goes, something's in the trash can. I'm like, I looked in there. There's a clean liner. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, pick it up. And I picked it, I could feel the weight. I knew then we had a serious problem. I just grabbed the trash can and went right across the hall into trauma 2. The liner was pulled out, but there was another trash bag in there in the bottom, but it was all it was rolled up. So I had to tear it apart. And then, of course, I saw the baby in there. So I pulled the baby out, got him on the bed, checked for signs of life. There was absolutely no life whatsoever. I immediately came out of there after I did that, went into the room where she was performing the vaginal exam, and I immediately told her, you have to come out now. And she came out, and we went into trauma 2, and she reassessed the baby. At that time, between me and Chris and her, we determined, there was no reason for us to begin any life saving. The baby was completely gone.
What did the bag look like?
The bag was the original trash bag that was in there. It had trash in it. When I pulled it out, it was spun, where it was tied, and then it was folded underneath the baby and in there. So it was like a little capsule the baby was in. So when I had to tear that bag open to see the baby in the bottom. If you would look in the I looked in there. When she told me, she was something. I looked. I said, "What are you talking about?" Because there was a clean liner in the trash bag.
So basically, he was in the bottom, trash on top of him,
and then another clean liner had been put on top. Yeah. So then after that, after we determined we were not going to do any work on the baby, I shut the room down and I said, call the police. And then I didn't let anybody. No one went back in that room. I made sure of that till the police arrived.
And you said, so with the blood in the restroom, you said it was like smeared. Can you describe where all it was smeared at?
On the floor, there was some on the toilet, there was some on the wall.
Do you remember which wall?
There's the one wall that's by the toilet, that's closest to it, where there's a side rail. There was some blood there. There was quite a bit of smearing on the toilet itself. And then on the floor, it was just, smeared around.
Okay. What do you think that is from?
I thought she did something to herself physically.
Okay.
Because she found the interaction between her mother and her daughter was weird.
And so, but just to make sure, mother is patient's mother,
yeah,
and then daughter is patient.
Yeah. So the daughter is the patient and the mother. The interaction between them after she found out she was pregnant, the way the daughter was reacting she was adamantly denying she was even pregnant. She was denying that she had sex.
And you heard her say that?
Yes, she was denying that openly. So,
What did mom say when she said that?
well, mom was upset. And the mom was saying, I can't believe you know you can talk to me. You're supposed to talk to me about this stuff before you were having sex, all those kind of things. She was saying stuff like that, which is pretty common. I mean, this isn't an uncommon thing. I see
Kids
young
having
girls having sex and,
Right.
and they come in and they're pregnant and then the mother is with them and find out and it's upsetting to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't uncommon that
So-
that happens.
Finding out your daughter's pregnant is not uncommon. Not the other incident. Not the.
No, I've never seen anything like that.
Okay, just want to make sure. Like,
No.
So just.
No, I've seen lots of young girls come in and find out they're pregnant, and then of course they deny it. It's not uncommon that they deny that. No, mom, I haven't even been having sex. You know what I mean? That's a lot of them's initial reaction
Right.
because you know they feel like they're going to be in trouble. I guess I don't know what they're feeling, but that's not an uncommon reaction that I see with young girls and their mothers, particularly with their mothers in there or father, that they'll deny that they've had sex. That's pretty common.
All right. And so you said it was Lori that called you. You went in, and the liner was still on.
Yeah, there's a clean liner on the top. That's why I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Okay.
And then she said, "Pick it up." And when I picked it up, it was heavy. I was like, "Holy shit!" You know what I mean? I knew right away. I knew. Then I just went straight to trauma 2 with the whole trash can. I just went across the hall and got broke the baby out.
So after you, Doc, and Chris, decided there was no resuscitation, what did y'all do after that? What did you do after that?
I made everybody leave the room, and I told Lori call the police.
But then after that, what? Anything else?
No, I didn't do anything until the police arrived, and they came and asked me what was going on, and I took them into the room and told them this is what happened, this is what we found, and I haven't talked to them yet.
Okay.
I hadn't said anything to them
So
until
between
the officer arrived.
So from the time of declining resuscitation to officer involvement, you didn't have contact with patient or mother?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
No, I didn't go in the room till after the policeman showed up, and then I went in there to talk to the patient,
Okay.
and asked her why was the baby in the trash can.
And what did she say?
She said that it just came out of her and she didn't know what to do. That's what she told me.
And did she say it was breathing, not breathing?
She didn't say anything
She
like
didn't say
that.
anything.
No.
She just said it came out. She didn't know what to do.
Right.
Okay. And at that point, did mom say anything?
Mom went kind of a little bit irate, like, "Oh my God, how could you, But I think the mother was in an assumption that it was a miscarriage.
Uh-huh.
And I told her, "Ma'am, that is not the case. This is a full-term baby that was placed in the trash can." And then and that's when I told the mom, "Ma'am, if you can't control yourself, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the room." Because she's 19, she is an adult.
Right. And what did she calm down?
No, she actually left. She went outside.
And outside to like the waiting room?
To the waiting room, yeah.
Okay.
And then she came back in.
Once she calmed down.
Yeah, and then when she came back in, and then once I talked to the police officer and stuff, some of the family had started showing up. And she went back out there, and at that point I told them, because the officers asked me to not let anybody in certain rooms, and so I told everybody, and I even went out there and addressed the family. I said, "I'm sorry, the police are here now. This is kind of an investigation thing. We need to find out what happened, and no one will be allowed back into the working area anymore."
Right.
And so I kept them in the waiting room after
Did
that.
they have any comments?
Not one.
Really?
I was really surprised. Not one person asked me about the baby, if it was alive, if it was dead, if it was a boy, if it was a girl. No one asked me anything. Not even, she didn't
Not
even
even the
ask.
patient?
No, she didn't ask. The only thing she started doing was crying and started talking about she didn't know what to do. Not one. I've never seen I've delivered multiple babies and I've seen multiple miscarriages, and I've never seen a reaction like that. And I don't even know what to say about that. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
How would you describe the reaction?
I think there was no emotion except for herself. and she really wasn't even crying tears. She was just, and the only thing was upset about was that I think she was going to be in trouble with her mother. That was her only concern, in my opinion. There was no concern for the baby. No one asked me any questions about the baby. Not even the family members, when I went out there and talked to them, did they say, you know, normally people, I would think, would say, was it a boy, a girl? You know, no one asked me one question about the baby at all. Not one.
The whole time?
The whole time. No one asked me anything about the baby's condition, if it was a boy or a girl, anything, nothing.
Okay. Did you have any interaction with her when she got, I know she was flown to Roswell. Did you have any interaction with her then?
Because when we looked at the baby, the umbilical cord was still completely attached. So then I had concerns about her health. When the baby comes out like that, we worry about the placenta being still attached, which causes the mother to bleed. Mm-hmm. So at that point, our concern was about her.
Right.
And getting her somewhere. Probably, I envisioned that she probably was going to have what we call a D&C to get the rest of the placenta out of her to make sure she'd be okay. So I was in there explaining to her, this is what's going to happen. You know, we're going to have to fly you to Loveless, for you can see an obstetrician to take care of this stuff. So I explained what we were going to be doing with her at that point. But it was just basically, my job telling her, this is what I need to do to make sure you're safe, and you are okay with that.
There was no more conversation about the baby, or
I didn't have any conversations with her about the baby at that point. No. My only conversations with her were about what I needed to do to ensure her health.
And at that point, Mom still hadn't asked about the baby?
No, Mom was already out in the waiting room at that point. Okay. We didn't let her back in. But no, she didn't. Okay. Now I know that I had because I had called the house supervisor to come down because this is a big deal, and I know that she kind of intervened on some things in the room. I don't know exactly what they talked about, right. But I know that Marina was visibly upset about the conversation she had with her.
Yeah, we talked to her yesterday.
Right. So I don't know what their conversation was. I know that Marina was quite upset about the conversation they had. That's all I can say. As you could tell, right. I could tell Marina was upset. Right. As most everybody, which was after that point, my job was I had to get back. We still had patients coming in. I had ambulances coming in. I had 2 ambulances show up. I had more patients coming on the floor. I was down 3 beds because I had them coordinated off. So at that time, my attention turned to I have to get everybody functioning. Right. Which not only did I have to do that with the nurses to get them back, I had to pull the doctor aside and get her focused because she was visibly upset. Right. So that was my mind frame at that time was I have to get these people back. We got to, we have sick people still. Can't do anything else. It may sound cold, but that was my mindset is I have, we had sick people and we had ambulances coming in and I have to get these people back online. We have to get back to work. We have to function. All right.
Yeah, the ER still has to function.
I have to roll.
Okay.
Is there anything we haven't asked you think we should know?
I'm just going to tell you this. I've never, ever seen a reaction like that girl. I don't even know what to say about it. There was zero emotion. I don't even know what to say. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen women that are only married, or not married, but pregnant for 6 weeks and they lose that baby and they're a mess. You know what I mean? That girl went in that bathroom, made no sounds at all, and the baby came out of her. And I don't even know how she functioned that way. To do what she did and with no emotion. I've never seen anything like it.
And it was a pretty good sized baby. Pretty good size.
It looked term to me.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it was term. I can't tell you that was, but the only thing that upsets me the most is I understand she was scared, and I think her mother had a big dynamic on her, and I understand that. I mean, I think her mother was probably pretty controlling. I don't know that. I'm just speculation. But she gave me no chance to save that baby. I had no chance. And that's not what I do. My job is to save lives. and I had no chance on that baby. She gave me no chance. And we are a facility that you can drop the baby off, no questions asked. You can just leave the baby and go. I don't care, as long as you bring the baby to a safe. We are one of those type of hospitals, so it's hard to fathom what was going on in her mind. I don't know. I've never seen anything like that, and I pray to God I never see it again. I mean, it was like, I don't even like TV shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Shit I don't even know what to say, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
We appreciate what you do,
Oh,
HT. I know we've dealt with, we've done a lot of things together. I appreciate what you do.
It's my job.
Every day.
I appreciate
But it's not just a job. It's a calling, and we can tell that you take it to heart. And,
well,
and I truly, as a father, I truly appreciate what you do.
Well, it is very upsetting what transpired.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said, it's harder to choke down when you don't even have a shot.
Right.
She didn't give me a shot at that kid.
Right.
So it's hard. Yeah.
Well, I know you've been doing it a while, so if you need to talk to somebody, don't hold it in.
Well,
get to talking to somebody.
It's just one of those things you got to put in a case and put it away.
I know.
Go to work.
I know. I've done it many times.
Wow.
So
So you know what I'm saying.
Well, if you have any questions, let us know. Cynthia has my contact info. If we need to get a hold of you, it's okay. Is it okay to get a hold of you again?
Absolutely, man.
Okay.
In my opinion, that kid didn't have a chance. And I don't know what she did or didn't do. Can't say for sure. But I know she gave me no chance.
Right.
And that's all that matters to me. I didn't get a chance.
You get a chance to do your job.
I didn't get a chance to save that kid. And I believe wholeheartedly in my every fiber of being I'd have saved that kid. Or we would have got that, he'd had a shot. We'd have got him out of here alive. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know. I didn't inspect the child that closely. Once we looked him over and, there was no signs of life and he was gray and there was absolutely no heartbeat. There was nothing, to present life. But I always feel like I always have a shot.
Right.
With whatever comes through my door.
This is the one you didn't have that option?
I didn't have an opportunity. I've delivered, a month or so prior to that, we had a lady come in that was breech. The kid was hanging out or blue. And that kid is alive today and well.
That's good.
So, I really feel like we didn't get a shot.
Okay.
All right, well, try not to hold it in too long, all right?
And that is what it is, man.
Well, you're in that line of work, it just keeps piling.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah. All right, well, appreciate it.
No problem.
Hopefully you don't keep you too long from work.
I'm finna go start right now.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Lewis.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just a mentor. Your mentor.
I'm Leland Lewis.
Nice to meet you.
Second also met you the night of.
Yes.
Let
me turn off my phone.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, can you tell me everything that happened on January 27th?
Okay.
Like, your involvement from...
The time I was called?
Yeah, to the end.
Okay, I was called and to go clean the patient's bathroom in ER around, maybe 2 o'clock or so, I think it was the time, I'm not too sure. So when I went in there, it was a gory, bloody massacre mess.
Could you describe it if possible?
Yeah, there was blood everywhere. There was blood on the floor, on the wall.
Do you remember which wall?
the one behind the toilet, and then the one on the side right here. You know, there's the one where the toilet sits, back of that,
Yeah.
and then on the side,
Where the call button is?
yeah,
Okay.
and on the floor, everywhere. I mean, it
Was it like this is the bathroom, here's the toilet and the sink, then here's the door. So was it just like this, or
actually, it was all over the place, all over the floor, because even when I was going into the bathroom, there was blood on the coming out of the bathroom on the floor.
okay,
So it was everywhere.
okay.
So there's blood coming out of the bathroom? Do you
Yeah,
know how far it
footsteps.
went? Okay.
I think they were the person that was in there, her footsteps, as she was coming out. Because I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I mean, it's even out here.
How far out did you have to clean to get it?
From the outside,
Yes.
right by like around the water fountain,
Where's the water fountain at?
right there.
Oh, right next to the restroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it's on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it went out to the water fountain. Did you have to clean like the hall or anything at all?
I mopped up that area right there.
Okay.
And was it footprints?
Yeah, I was.
Was it footprints in the hall?
Yeah, when, you know, I guess she stepped on it, you know, and then walked out with it, and then their socks were wet.
Okay.
But it wasn't all the way to her room or nothing like that. It was just right by the water fountain.
So just footprints in the hall to water fountain?
Yeah.
Okay. And what else happened?
Okay, then I went in there, and then I started cleaning. I started. First thing I did was I started mopping, because we can't be walking around on that blood.
Okay.
So I started mopping, and then I started. After that, I started wiping everything down. Then I went to the toilet, you know, and I cleaned the toilet, and then I got everything. I had to do everything like twice because it was, you know, bad. I wiped down the walls and everything. And after I did all that, I usually throw my trash first, but for some reason that night I had to clean the floor up and everything else. And when I went to go through the trash, I felt that when I picked up the trash and I looked in it, there was there was trash in it, but I knew that it didn't feel like when I picked it up, it was some weight. So I thought it was the trash bags, because we put the trash bags on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started getting the trash out, and then when I did that, I seen that there was a baby in there. And that's when I freaked out, and I called Lori and HT, or the nurses up front, and because there was a baby in the trash. And the baby, when I looked at it, the baby was wrapped up like in a, like in the bottom of the trash can, and with trash on top of it, in a trash bag.
And so how did you see it, like as soon as you picked it up?
No, after I picked up the trash bag that was on top,
Okay,
where
so
they were throwing the trash at, when I picked that up to change it, that's when I noticed that there was, when I seen the baby.
Okay, so you lifted the liner and then saw
Yeah.
the baby, okay. And I know it bugs you, but can you like describe the baby?
Yeah, he was about like that big. He had hair, and he was like purplish, but still not like pink. I don't know how to describe it. He was like, he wasn't bruised or nothing like that, and he was like purple, pink skin type color.
Okay.
How was the bag? How was the bag placed, or what?
It looks like she wrapped it around like that, and then wrapped it like under him, and then put him on the bottom of it.
Okay. And was the baby moving at all?
No.
Okay. Did you touch him at all?
No.
Okay. And so you said you called HT and Lori?
Yes.
Okay. What happened? What did you see after that? What did you do?
Okay. When all that happened, I moved the trash can. I told him that there was a baby in the trash. I could barely talk at that moment. And so then they took over, and I left. I went up to the nurse's station. And then they called the doctor and everything and all that stuff.
After that, did you have any contact with the baby?
No.
Okay. And then, what happened after that? After you went to the nurse's station?
Oh, they all went over there with the baby.
What did you do?
I just stood there and I was freaking out, and everybody was, asking me what's going on and whatever. And I didn't go back over there where they were at.
Okay. And then, was that whenever I showed up, or?
Yeah, that was about the time you showed up.
So you were just at the nurse station until I showed up and talked to you?
Yeah, well, after that, I went back to EVS, to the department I work at.
Okay.
I went over there and trying to get away from that for a moment. And I went there for a little while, and then they called me and told me that you were coming in for me to go wait in the ER.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
Okay. And other than this, is there anything that I asked you that I haven't asked you that you think I should know?
No, I think it's all.
Think that's it? Okay.
Yeah, if I can remember of something, I'll write it down. That way I won't forget.
All right, and Grave Trader, Cynthia has my contact information, so if you need to call me, and there's his card as well, you can let us know, okay?
Okay.
Are you doing anything to make sure you're okay?
No, I'm not doing anything right now. I thought maybe I could do it on my own, but there's some days that are harder than others. So when I feel that way, I feel, see, I just went through a trauma in 2018. My boyfriend in Carlsbad blew his brains out in front of me. So he committed suicide. So I was traumatized over that for a long time. And then now this, so it's kind of, sometimes I have a problem with it.
Nothing wrong with asking for help, okay?
And I don't know if you're a churchgoer or, I don't know what faith you are, but sometimes that helps as well.
Yeah, in fact, that's what helped me with my boyfriend, the churches.
Right.
That's what I turned to.
So you might.
Because I was looking for answers, and there's no way I could ever find out why he did it, because he's not here to tell me.
Right. Well, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I really am.
So,
but please try to get somebody to talk to, because it'll eat away at you. I promise you, and just get some sort of closure for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like talking to friends, family, like going to the church and just talk to them. Don't even talk to them about what happened. Just say like, hey, I have some stuff. Can I just talk to you about anything?
Right.
If you're Catholic, just go to the priest and say, I need to talk. I don't need you to help me. I just need you to listen and let me get it off my chest about what trauma I went through.
Okay.
Because, just getting it out in the open,
Right.
because I know you're mad. You're mad that your boyfriend did what he did. You're mad that he's gone. He's mad. You're mad.
Mm-hmm.
So getting that out, saying I'm mad, and talking to a priest or a pastor, whoever,
Right.
will help you. Trust me, because I've been through that. I lost my son in 20, and I've done lots of that.
Right. And and I was, because I didn't know why he did it. He didn't ever show any signs or anything like that. So I'll try to look for answers, and I'm never going to find them because he's not here to tell me. So that's what my main problem was. I needed to know, and that was making me go crazy.
Well, there are like survivor groups here in town and just around that you can talk to.
Yeah.
People like in your shoes that somebody's left them behind that they don't know.
Right.
But it's good to have people that you can relate to and talk to that won't judge you.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would like try and find them that you work at the hospital. Maybe they have stuff that they can help you with.
Yeah, they have behavioral health here.
Right.
And when all that happened, I had to see a psychiatrist and a therapy, and the therapist put me on all kinds of medication. I was like a walking zombie, you know, and I didn't want to feel that way anymore. And I needed to come out and do something for myself because he was the main provider. I had to come out and work because, how was I going to survive?
Right.
So that's when I came here and I applied, and they gave me this job that I have now. If it wasn't for them, I don't know what I would be now. The hospital has really helped me out.
Good.
And so they offered me, when I applied, I told my situation, I'm like, my therapist didn't think it was a very good idea for me to work here, but I'm going to give it a chance because she said that I could probably have a relapse if I were to see like a lot of blood and a lot of, that I said, let me give me that chance and see if I can. So I've been here 4 years now.
Good.
So it helped me out a lot, but yeah, they have a lot of help here, like with behavioral health and everything. But I just wanted to get off of that medication, and I did it myself because I didn't want to feel that way no more.
Right.
But I had to face reality.
Nothing wrong with that.
So have we asked you? Have we not asked you anything that we should ask you, or do you have anything that?
No, I think y'all asked me
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
And like I said, if I remember something, I'll write it down
Yeah, just let us know.
and let you know and call you and tell you about it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
Okay.
that. And just like I said, talk to people, talk to friends, talk to family. If you go to church, talk to your priest.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, it'll help.
Okay. Yeah, and then with this, I just top things off for me. So.
Right.
Yeah, just shake it off, take a deep breath.
Okay.
One day at a time, okay?
Okay. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in. I
Okay.
appreciate you coming in.
Thank
You're
you, ma'am.
welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome.
Prayers will be with you. Okay, here's your phone.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Uh huh.